go. Hey everybody, welcome to the Masters Fantasy Show, brought to you by MastersFantasyFootballLeagues.com. As always, I'm joined by the Masters crew, Dynasty Owl. What's up? How you doing today?
Doing great.
Good to hear that, man. Right before we jump into today's show, if you could, hit the like and subscribe button. Come be a part of the Masters family. Love to have you. If you're looking for a place to play redraft football, we're running redrafts every Wednesday and Sunday through May. Starting June 1st, we run them all the way to kickoff for the first game. So that's all I got on that. Today's episode, we're going to be talking about the most recent redraft league we had this past Sunday. We're going to be taking a look at the running backs that were drafted, kind of giving you our opinion on what we see. With that said, man, first page popping up. It's going to be the top of the running backs. Anybody stick out there to you, Dynasty Owl?
So, kind of real quick before I even answer that, just looking down, I feel like all of a sudden the amount of running back talent in the league is just crazy. Because, we talk about all these second-year backs who we say, oh, top 12 running back this year. Then even some of these rookie running backs like Najee Harris, we say, oh, top 12 running back this year. Then even guys like David Montgomery easily could, he was, running back 3 last year?
6 in our league,
okay.
6, yeah.
Yeah, easily could be a, top 12 running back this year, given what they've done. So, it's just kind of crazy just seeing these names all over the place, because you could make a case for a lot of these guys to be RB1s this year.
Yeah, and interesting, me and John Beast, we've been, with the dynasty teams. And right before I say that, if you're looking for a cheap way to get into one of our dynasty leagues, go to our homepage, top of the page, you'll see the orphan link. Previous owners paid your deposit, so you're able to get into the league half off. Some really good teams up there. But, our job every year is to go through and, we try to make those teams, like if one team's strapped, we'll kind of move some pieces around. We've been saying there's so many good running backs this year. Yeah. Like, the list just goes on and on and on. Like, all the way down. Seriously, at the end of this page, we just did a show. I made a case for Mike Davis in the top 10, and I think it's a good case.
Yeah, and DeAndre Swift, who I'm not even that high on, but, he's at the end of this page,
Yeah.
ETN, who could have a very high ceiling potentially with his role.
Right. Okay, so having said that, before we jump into this, so, and I haven't done any redrafts yet. My first one's getting ready to fire up here in about a week. Knowing that, are you not drafting running backs early?
Wow, so that's a tough question, because I actually have not thought it, like, any redraft strategy.
Me neither till just now,
right. But yeah, honestly, I think you could make the case, like, looking at this draft, you could wait until, second, third, fourth round, and kind of, like last year, I feel like you had to go running back first round.
Right.
But maybe this year, maybe you change it up and try and get that top-end wide receiver early, and then, rounds 2, 3, 4, maybe you get a couple of these stud running backs, get yourself, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Najee Harris, David Montgomery, like some of these second, third round backs, and build your team that way possibly.
Yeah, because looking at this list, I'm thinking that's what I may do.
I do think it's worth noting there's a ton of good names, but if you look at the round they're going, still a lot of these guys are going real early.
Yeah, I just don't. Yeah, because I was thinking, okay, I'll take Najee. Wait, that's 2.10.
Yeah, so
you couldn't have waited too long.
7 out of the first 8 picks were running backs, so they're coming off early still.
Right. All right, let's move on to the second page here. See if the value just continues. Anybody here early stick out to you that could possibly still be a top 10 back?
So I don't know if they'll crack top 10, but like Chase Edmonds and Kareem Hunt right there in the 6th. I think both of those guys have sneaky upside. If James Conner can't stay healthy, which he's always struggled to do, Chase Edmonds could light up numbers in this backfield. That very much, it's a system that works to him. It's spread out. He can catch passes. Next to Kyler Murray, I like it a lot. Trying to think of somebody to compare it to, like a type of year I could see him having. And then, we talk about Kareem Hunt all the time, if Nick Chubb were to go down or if he got traded, which I don't really see a trade happening. So, hard there. Then also, real quick, I'll say this name. Leonard Fournette, playoff Lenny, he was putting up huge numbers in the Super Bowl. And if they just kind of keep riding that momentum I mean, why can't he be a RB1 again?
Yeah, and I was sitting here looking at the top of this second page, and what I'm noticing from about the 6th round on right here early,
Yeah.
this is where your running back by committee start.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I mean, you got Raheem Mostert and Jeffrey Wilson there. Add Trey Sermon,
Yep.
Chase Edmonds and Connor, Javonte Williams, Melvin Gordon, Leonard Fournette, Ronald Jones, Zach Moss, Devin Singletary. They're all kind of sprinkled right there together. And right, I don't think as constructed any of these guys crack into the top 10, but I think there's about 3-4 of them here. They're only an injury away.
Yeah, for sure.
Or, I mean, hey, man, if playoff Lenny comes out the first 3-4 games, I mean, that could put Ronald Jones on the bench,
Right.
not permanently, but in like a 80-20
Yeah.
type role.
And it basically did in the playoffs.
He did. They did.
and
Right,
they just
right.
won the Super Bowl. So why, like, I don't see why they would shift away from that when, I mean, playoff Lenny helped them become, Lombardi Lenny. So
Yeah, I could see that, man. There's a lot of, and then another guy I'm looking at here too, Michael Carter. I think
Yep,
at 10.4. I mean, that's an interesting pick, man. I mean, Tevin Coleman. I mean, scares me a little, but I just think the upside with him being a young guy. I don't know. He's just a guy I got my eye on in drafts going that late.
Yeah, one other real good value that I seen. This is a guy I didn't have any shares of him last year because I didn't see it, but Damien Harris. I mean, that offensive line has improved big time. I know they drafted that running back Ramondre Stevenson out of Oklahoma, but not a ton of competition added for Damien Harris. I know they still brought back James White and, I'm sure Brandon Bolden and Rex Burkhead will, if they're still around, will steal a touchdown here and there. But Damien Harris could be a legit workhorse running back if they choose to use him that way. So to get him in the 11th round, I think it's worth a shot.
Yeah, another guy like on the 11th round too is A.J. Dillon. We've spoke about him quite a bit. I do expect him to carve himself out a role. At minimum, be like a 70-30 split with Aaron Jones. Maybe even more like 60-40.
I agree.
All right. I mean, that's going to wrap it up, guys, for this edition. Just wanted to pass along the running backs and what's going on in some of these redraft leagues. As always, if you could, hit the like and subscribe button. Come be a part of the Masters family. Love to have you. With that said, any last words?
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.